Well, the new season dropped and placed me in... Yeah, right. Today I'll be showing you my first day of ranking up where emotional damage was in the air, especially with our first teammate who had probably seen enough trauma from before this game to last a lifetime, and with me on the squad, it could only get worse because my name's Ragtag, the greatest gutteteer gamer on the face of this earth, the most one-clipped man on the planet, and most of all, the least likely creator to hit diamond this season, but that won't stop me from trying, oh no! Even though most of my games, they kind of go like this.
Do me a favor, you piece of noob. 16 damage. We are shooting, nobody's cracking because this guy is not hitting. Nothing.
Well played, fucking noob.
Oh, buddy. You really are stupid.
There's nothing like letting your squad know that your rank means diddly squat to you than hurling your team towards the mill. And oh yeah, I was playing the new legend Sparrow without a clue of what any visibilities do, which makes, well, it makes this pretty much a standard game. What did that do? Oh well. Who cares?
I don't think so.
I looked down at my mouse and keyboard, and even they were confused at what had just happened. My loadout was a mess, but I wasn't about to drop the dad gun after wiping that squad, and I was keen to find out if I can make anything happen with exploding arrows. However, my pre-made buddy Sarah was ready for our next fight, but then...
Wait, calm down.
Ah, good. A tactical teammate who's conscientious and passionate about winning. But little did I realise that our Ash's trauma was soon to reveal itself. But just after I figured out how to attach a grenade, something whizzed past my ear. I swapped to the 2 times so I could actually hit something.
You idiot! One more team here. 2 teams, careful. There's 2 teams.
2 teams? Alright, time to move.
1 HP. Come together, come. Same building. 2 teams, let them.
Just when I was getting ready to kill them all, our teammate actually had something I'd never heard before. I think it was strategy, might be pronounced strategy.
Kill them for fear.
13 squads left, our shot caller was on the ball, but hard to understand at times. I needed to make sure we weren't being followed, and once I was satisfied, readied a new plan, a surprise attack that our enemies would not expect.
Wait, there's 2 teams behind us. Don't turn your back on them. Make sure they're not here.
Our teammate was paranoid and had probably been third-partied so much he was checking behind his gaming chair mid-match, but better safe than sorry.
They had to go around, no? I don't know.
Well, we were both safe and sorry.
I don't see them, I don't know what to do.
Those teams are probably making their way to the very place I wanted to be.
It's not a good fight.
Don't come at me with common sense and logic. I'm Silver 4, buddy, and I'm in positive RP. Take it from me, it is a good fight.
5 seconds in a nearby ring. Strategize effectively.
Take it from me, it is a good fight!
What are you doing in my swamp?
Hey, don't get in the middle, 2 teams.
I was in the middle of nowhere, and Ash's awareness was the only thing keeping me alive at this point, but at the same time, I preferred the strategy of find enemies, push W, and pray for content.
They're pushing, get ready.
Who's pushing? What's pushing? I don't know what's going on!
Go. 2 teams.
Yes, okay, 2 teams, I get it. Suppose we're gonna have to run again, right? With round 2 closing, I was finally on board with getting the heck out of here, and if anyone did survive the battle we flew over, we'd be waiting for them. Ash chose a shield cell instead of a syringe, and then what happens to me pretty much every day happened to him.
I'm gonna die. I didn't press my heal. Watch behind, still help.
Say it with me, guys! 2 teams! May as well use my ultimate at least once this game. I had no idea what it did, but could only hope it would buy me some time.
He's getting killed, he's getting killed. Kill him, in the back. I have no health to run out.
Sarah was bleeding out right next to me. I could revive her right here. Or... Right, guys, if you're wondering why I did what I did, I actually had no idea that Sarah was right next to me, and listening back to our voice chat from Discord, she told me that she was safe, but it was actually drowned out by our teammates' machine gun calls. Also, I've got the awareness of a goldfish in a blender! Our next game was much more frantic, because without someone to give any common sense callouts, then you get, well, you already know what you're gonna get. Come on! I have learned to run away from my knocked enemies, as it's like hanging around the hornet's nest after kicking it. I could always... Never mind. Then I learned something new about Sparrow. He doesn't care about Apex physics. Oh, good for you and your purple puppet straight portal! You know, if getting downed was a skill, I'd be an Apex Predator at this point! As Sarah came to revive me, down went our Ashe. By the way, what is it with Ashe? Everyone's using her now, which, come to think of it, is the only reason I've been managing to get Sparrow every single game. It was time for a different loadout, and I picked up the EVA 8 because I enjoy aggressively clapping up my enemies, and while it may hit harder emotionally than it does physically, at least this unreliable shotgun has had its fire rate buffed, and I wanted to test it for myself. However, I'd rather fail with both teammates alive and me not getting spectated, so we fled to find the replicator to bring Ashe back from the graveyard of reflection. But near Barometer, we heard footsteps, and they heard us. We weren't getting out of here without a fight. Well, that's a lie. Maybe we could have, but I didn't want to. Good grief, they should change this gun's name to Tickle 8. I was beginning to enjoy the double jump. There was someone else here that had scurried away, as well they should, lest they have to face Super Sparrow. We made our way to a replicator, but weren't the only ones with plans of making a squad whole again. This place was busy, dropships are noisy, and then in they came. By the way, want to see what pure perpetual panic looks like? There were two teams here with us, which might just have given me the chance to get revived. Stop shooting at me, you thirsty hounds! No revive for you! Ha! What a mess. And despite winning that fight, I was unsure if I could finish this game without swapping out the EVA 8 because it takes 3 shots before opponents start to mistake it for a replica firing blanks. By the way, I find Sparrow's ability to scan beacons from a distance pretty cool. Left a bit, let a bit more. There we go. That's probably the first useful dart I've fired all game. 8 squads left. Positive RP meant that I no longer cared if I lived, and as we approached the dead dinosaur, it puked something out of its mouth that I wasn't ready for. Bullets. Well, that team underneath didn't want to fight us, but if they saw me shooting at their escape balloon, they may well have changed their minds. So now what? We had the best position in the game, the coveted high ground. It would be foolish to leave this vantage point when there were enemies soon to be outside the ring, but that's exactly what we did. And why? Because the care package was my only chance of salvation to replace that betrayer of a shotgun. Trouble was, someone else fancied a new weapon at exactly the same time. Hey, that's illegal! I'll take that. Now, where did she go? Ah, yes. 3 other squads left. I stole absolutely everything of value in that box, and all we had to do now was stop the others from escaping. Question was, could we even stop them when 90% of my bullets end up as 3D impressionistic landscape artwork? I was about to paint my masterpiece. I began to understand why people prefer to be on the right side of the ring, but I'm probably gonna have forgotten this by tomorrow. Oh, what a name! You know, sometimes we're forced to burn down the very people who we have the most in common with. Shame. Not really. Get out of my lobby! Only 1 squad left, and these guys would be in big trouble. Well, they would be if I had any ammo!
I stole absolutely everything of value in that box.
Oh well, now was as good a time as any to take them all out with the Peacekeeper. However, it was a bad time for history to repeat itself. I begged Sarah for some light ammo and she grudgingly obliged. Now I just had to work out how to scale this rock. There's definitely a way, and I found it. Aha! I had the high ground. But did it even matter? Somehow I made it to Silver 2 without uninstalling, and first impressions of Sparrow is that he is incredible for noobs who don't have the first clue how to use movement tech. The way I see it, if I don't know what I'm gonna do next, how will my enemies? Take it easy, catch you on the next one, later!
You piece of noob.